5 reasons Chelsea still haven't fired coach Potter. Chelsea are playing worse and worse under Graham Potter, but it is strange that the club's owners are still unusually patient with this coach. So what is the reason behind? Behind the scene. Owner Todd Bailey and co-owner Bidat Eghbali knew well what Potter was up to, and they met often backstage. While Chelsea fans complained about the staffing in the club's first-team squad against Southampton, with Reece James and Thiago Silva sidelined, the owners knew exactly why. Potter has been told that James, Silva, Kai Havertz, Raheem Sterling, and Mykhailo Mudryk are at risk of serious injury if they start from the start, especially as many of them have been ploughing for a week. Instead of doing it on his own and taking risks, Potter heeded the advice of the medical team. In the end, Chelsea paid the price with a defeat. Chelsea's leadership team believes the team should still be able to beat Southampton, but also realizes that Potter has put the club and the players above himself. And they value that. Major decisions have been made in cooperation with the management, such as the decision to exclude Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang from the Champions League squad in the knockout round, and not to let the Gabon striker play for 3 days. The game is over. Sources at Cobham claim the training has been personally watched by Bailey and Eghbali on a number of occasions. The analysis gives excellent results, so they believe that with hard work, everything will be clearly shown in the matches. Anger management. Potter has been criticized by the press, ex-players, and pundits for being almost emotionless on the touchline and in press conferences. However, sources close to Chelsea claim the former Brighton captain was frustrated at times, and had heated exchanges with his players in the dressing room and in personal meetings. Potter is described as very stressed at the Cobham Centre, and is not psychologically afraid or worried that he will be swallowed up by work. Chelsea's owners are pleased with Potter's behavior, because they have a calm coach who is not ready to bridge or throw club players or staff under the bus when things don't go as planned. Wish. Last season, Thomas Tuchel complained much after the defeat to Arsenal, and Potter's style suits the owner's approach much better. Brave. While many say that Chelsea bet on Potter when appointing him to succeed Tuchel, inside the Blues have to admit that the 47-year-old strategist himself took a risk with them. Chelsea sources insist top managers don't like taking on new jobs mid-season, with Marcelo Bielsa being the latest example of that after turning down a job at Everton. Not only did Potter agree to take over at Chelsea mid-season, but he also accepted to leave an extremely stable environment at Brighton, risking his reputation and his immediate future in the process. Potter has accepted the result won't be good enough, but Chelsea insiders think the manager deserves a pre-season to work properly with the team and start a season as manager of Chelsea, instead of paying the price for the problems he encountered from his predecessor. Chelsea have not considered sacking Potter or replacing him, but if so, which top manager has the guts to take over the hot seat at Stamford Bridge with 3 months left of the season? Not much, not even at all. Team building time. Chelsea owners know very well that they are going through a rebuilding process since buying them from Roman Abramovich. They also calculate that the reconstruction will be painful, because football cannot succeed overnight. Senior sources say Bailey and Eghbali have calculated they can rebuild the squad and personnel in about a year and 3 transfer windows. But that will also bring ups and downs. Chelsea have been on a slump over the past few months, but there is an admission that some of the work done during the 2022 summer transfer window, mainly on Tuchel, has created many problems as well as solutions. Cobham insiders are well aware Potter will never build the roster he inherited. It feels like the players Chelsea brought in January are much more in line with this coach's philosophy, even though he currently has too many cards to rotate. The current view at Chelsea is that the team, along with Potter, must fight and get through this difficult period. Mirror of Man City. Man City has given Chelsea a standard model to follow. The Blues are now studying how sporting director Tsiki Begiristain works closely with Pep Guardiola to recruit the right types of players. Then they will give Guardiola time to integrate and bring out the best in them. Not everything went according to plan for Pep in his first season in charge of Man City, when the club was empty-handed. In the following seasons, it was clear that the new signings had time to adapt and catch up with the new coach's system. Just as Begiristain worked with Guardiola before at Barcelona, Chelsea's co-director of sport, Paul Winstanley, worked very well with Potter at Brighton, and this is seen as very important. With Winstanley and co-sporting director Lawrence Stewart, Chelsea now believe they have the right support around Potter. The recent signings in the East market are players who can develop under the leadership and style of this military leader, both on and off the pitch. But Potter didn't even have a full month to work with them. Therefore, Bale and Eghbali do not believe that sustainable success will come from changing the head coach every 6 months.